Well, hello, everybody.
Hello,
Happy,
hello, hello.
I know. Happy new moon in Capricorn. This is kind of like the first of the year. This is technically the first of the year starting. Like you can feel the energy's coming, but I'm going to put a big but on that before it sounds good, because it is really good. Capricorn, the Capricorn part of us, helps us create our structure, our stability, our where we're responsible of making our day-to-day life work for us. Uh, we still have another month though of the 9 year, because we go into the 1 year of the fire horse on the 17th of February. That's also a um, eclipse. So there's a lot still to be coming up
Right.
to be examined and faced. And with the new moon in Capricorn, even though you want to plant your seeds, know that it's going to take a little while. Capricorn is slow and steady, but at the same time, as that takes a while, we're watching. That's individually. In the external world, in the political world, in our governments, we're watching all of that just be restructured totally. So that takes time too. I don't know. What are you feeling, Dinah?
Well, I'm thinking that we're going to make it. First of all, we're almost halfway through. We're almost halfway through winter. And Malk is on February 1st.
Hi, everybody.
And so as we traverse through this last month of the year of the snake, which this is funny, I was drawing some cards to look for how this is going to go. And this is the card that came out. So I stopped right there. We are about to shed our skin, right?
Yeah, it's deep. It's a deep shedding. And that's funny that you pulled that, because I pulled from, this is the Kyle Gray Gateway of Light Activation, and I got Crystal Skull Wisdom. Capricorn rules the skeletal system. So
Nice.
but we're using our third eye, our crown. We're using that in connection with our heart, hopefully, most of the time. And that will lead you, that your guidance, your inner guidance will always get you onto your authentic path. But it's hard, right? Because we have to create our world where that is, as we're watching the structures of the outer world crash in real time, and it's scary, right? It is. It's scary to see it. Diane and I have been saying this for the last few years, that things were going to, all structure systems were going to be restructured, but I didn't even see that it was going to go down this way. I mean, I just don't think like that, like the certain orange one.
You mean the sense of doomsday?
Yeah. No doom scrolling. No, I do doom scroll. I'll be honest. That's how I get my news, but I do it quick. You want to say hi to everybody? Look at everybody.
Sure.
These beautiful souls. Board, Janet, thank you for always being here. I appreciate you. Leah's here. Hi, Leah. Karen Robinson. Gina's Place on YouTube. Good to see you. Barbara Hartlove. Good to see you.
Millie Hi, Millie. Hi, Millie. Janet. Hello.
Oil painter.
Oh, Bora. Hello. Leah.
I know.
Lauren Hunsinger is here. Hello.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, Millie. Well, it's good to see everybody. My goodness. There's a lot of, as all astrology, there is a billion different interpretations, but there's so many layers, because I'm just going to say, last week, Chiron's in Aries. That's a cardinal sign. He squared all the other cardinal signs last week, as he came out of his retrograde. So we've been like things coming up, healing, right? The healing part of us. A lot of like old stuff may have come up, but we don't get too much of a break because as of today, Venus is the one ahead. So she's already in Aquarius with Pluto. And
In fact, they're
everybody,
conjunct at 3 degrees.
yeah,
At
everybody's,
number 3, you know,
yeah,
I was
everybody's,
looking, well, today when I was really going through the charts, when I even wrote down that the Capricorn moon, and here we go again. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will rule the planets and love will rule the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And this is for real. And it's just so odd. We had that configuration for the wolf moon. The moon is in the 7th house. And now there's been a shift, a little bit of a shift, and they're sharing the house with Pluto. And we have Venus and Pluto conjunct at 3 degrees. And now that we've passed the hour of the exact new moon with the sun, we have the moon and Moon and Venus at 1 degree. We have Pluto and Vesta at 3 degrees. So we are working on, what is Vesta? She's the hearth. She's not just, she's the heart of your home, and your first home is your inner self, right? Mind and heart connected. And then we have Venus, who is all about love, and she does love Pluto. Soon, by the time we get to that February 13th, she's going to be at 3 degrees with Pluto, because he just is a little creeper. He's going to be 40 years in this sign.
Well, and the thing is, right, after Venus, Mars and Mercury are going to conjunct Pluto.
Yeah.
So, and this is going to stay. This is the thing. The inner planets are going to stay really close with the sun. They're going to track with the sun all next month. The new moon's going to have the same, and that's going to be a huge new moon because it's an eclipse. And then when we get to the spring equinox, they're going to be tracking together even then. So this is why we were saying this is a pivotal. We don't see this. This is, cycles upon cycles are ending. That 165-year cycle with Neptune is ending in tomorrow on the 20th, right? Is that the 20th? And I have 3 degrees. I have Jupiter 3 degrees Aquarius. My last degree right before my ascendant. So I have
Pluto is shaking
planets on my last degree, and they're just sitting there. And Pluto's been there for a while, so I'm used to him. And now everybody's coming up to talk. Hi, Mike, Mika. It's.
I got Pluto sitting on my Jupiter as well, but not at 3 degrees. My Jupiter's at 1. Well, and that's it. So even when we look at the practicality of the new moon, it was in Capricorn at 28 degrees. And at that, it is not only so practical, it is the 3 of coins. When we think of the tarot and we get the 3 of pentacles, and especially in the traditional tarot where they're all standing in the church, one guy is pontificating about what the changes you want to see. This is how we need to draw up the plans. And that's what this is about.
That's right.
Especially when we look at Pluto in that conjunction with Vesta, this is about how do you want to restructure. Let's take Leah for an example. Yay, she's moved. She's got this place and she's basically in her new place. She just has to wait for a few things to arrive and then it's official. But it's hers. And so the way she went about doing all of this was very much the practicality of Capricorn, giving her the drive to do it one simple step at a time rather than to complicate matters by trying to get everything done all at once, which is usually the way we have to move, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I just moved. It took a couple of weeks. I'm still not all the way. And so, but we've all had something significant, right? Something big is happening because we're being realigned onto our authentic path. And that's something that
Mhm.
it's going to take as long as it takes too to be the way that you would prefer it to be, right?
Right. So, and even with me today, it was all about the house because it wouldn't have happened except for I was downstairs a couple of days ago, Friday, folding laundry. Uh, the lid on the washer was open, and all of a sudden it turned on, the pump turned on, the motor turned on, not and it's pumping water out. And that don't happen. So what ended up happening was the whole thing prompted my brother to take a deep look at my water softening tank. And this is the shop around type time to make the plans. It's functioning the way it is, but I either invest in a new tank or I repair this one.
And that's
And
Capricorn. You want to get the stings with Capricorn, Earth
right,
sign.
and so like this is where you weigh the odds. If it costs me almost as much for the timer, which which is where the rotor is and all this other stuff, if it costs if the whole cost of the thing is in there, I might as well buy a new one for $50 more and get the empty tank that goes with it. Why put a new top on this older thing, right? So these are the things that we should be doing right now, is making those plans, and all of this stuff going in to sit and visit and hang out with Pluto, all of this, they're all going to pass by Vesta. And Venus already being there as well is going to make things more accessible because it is Aquarius. And
And
it
don't
is about love with Venus. She
you
loves, and
and
she doesn't have any conflict with Mars because he's still back there in Capricorn, and so is Mercury. So she doesn't have to talk to her other boys.
well, they have balanced out. I feel that they got balanced out. Like the sun just kind of wiped everybody and defragged them, and everything got reloaded. Because they were all in Kazemi with the sun, and the sun's going to take all of that and lower frequency stuff. That's why what to me, that's what they do when they meet with the sun. It gets rid of, not saying that there's all gone. There's always another layer, but anyway, in Capricorn, we're at 28 degrees. We're probably at 29 by now. So we're in the last degree of Capricorn season, and we're getting ready to go into Aquarius season. I don't know the time tomorrow, but that's 29 and zeros. That's a big day too. With all
The
these
sun,
planets there, this is not
yeah.
going to end for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, right.
I didn't. Yeah.
The sun is 28, and Estrella, who's Estrella? She's justice, and she's what we can't let go of until we get that justice. So those two are still conjunct, and by orb, so is Mercury because he's at 27 degrees, and so is Mars because he's at 26 degrees. And all of that is back there in the fifth house of that Leo house of drama, right? And there's been some drama.
There's constant drama out in the world. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Where was that? Oh, yeah. It was in the. It has been something.
I'm looking at.
This is
the current.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this
This
hour
is the time.
in Michigan.
You're breaking up. I'm sorry. Your sound. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is right now in Michigan, as far as the houses and stuff go, because I'm almost at the end of the time zone. An hour away from me is the end of the Eastern time zone. So at any rate, Go
It's
for it.
going to be next couple months because they're all going to stay together, right? And now Aquarius is going to show up, and they're all going to meet Aquarius. The sun's going to go into Aquarius, and that's a whole new. That's outside the box. You just don't even
Yeah.
know what Aquarius is going to suggest and to bring in to create to go forward because it is all about creating our way forward. But the old Capricorn, I want to say this: the hijacked Capricorn, the one that that they said, are the rules and the regulations that they infiltrated, and that's all coming undone. That's
Oh,
not going
that's
to
another one.
stay.
Rules and regulations. Who needs them? Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yep. And what was that? Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, all of that is it's all being transformed, and that's the other card I got, Diana. That was the first one I got this morning, was transformation. Because tell me a card for today's new moon. And a fresh new way of living emerges. So
That's
everything's coming up to, yeah, it's like it's coming up to you. We've never been here before. We've just, it'll be 14,000 years or so when Neptune and Saturn get together at 0 degrees Aries.
it was 4,651 BC.
Which
The last time it happened.
And is that about 14,000 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I always say 26,000 years is closing down. The age of Pisces is closing down. There's so many things happening. And the important part, what Diana and I talked about for the last year or so, was about, because that Neptune was just sitting there and at 29 degrees, still is. Dream your biggest dream, because now we have the ability to make it manifest, make it physical.
That's right.
That is so important.
And let me give a shout out to Heather Ensworth, because she is the one who found the date.
She did.
Nobody else could find the date. Nobody else was able to find the date, but that lady stuck to it until she had it. And kudos to her, man. She's a wonderful astrologer, very soft spoken. She's on with Pam Gregory a lot, and they collaborate a lot. So it's awesome to listen to those two talk together, because they get into the Quawa and everybody else, who may.
I love when they're together. Hi, Kim. Millie, where were your 3 degrees? You found your 2 placements. That's cool. Yeah, because Diana's about to put y'all on some homework now.
Yes, I am. Let's go there before we go into any of the other stuff. I want to talk to you all about the Draconic chart. Now, if you think back with me to last year at this time, I brought up how to do your Draconic chart, and I want to reiterate some of the things about that, because, it is important. Because it is about, the Draconic chart is our soul's level. It is how we find what our purpose and calling is. And if you don't already have an idea, or if you feel as if you're not doing your calling, or you're doing it and it to you it's just a job, and you don't know why you enjoy doing just this job. So it's all about our soul's level. Now, when we do the Draconic chart, this is the reset time of the year. And when we go into this reset on February 1st, Imbolc, right? It's the halfway mark through winter. That is when you should take a look at your chart through the eyes of Draco, through the eyes of Rahu and Ketu, through the eyes of your North Node and your South Node. So what you do is look at your North Node and find where 0 degrees of Aries is. 0 degrees of Aries is the elliptical where the moon crosses the ecliptic from the north to the south. 0 degrees is the point. So when you look at that, what you want to do is do the math between 0 degrees Aries and where your north node is. When you back up, because now on the draconic chart, everybody has a 0 degree Aries north node. When you back up those degrees, so you're there, what is going to happen is the houses and the aspects do not change, but the signs and the degrees will. Now, easy math for me, because I have an Aries north node at 24 degrees. So it's only going to shift everything 23 degrees to go down to that 0 Aries degree. And a lot of us here have an Aries. I've done a lot of charts with people who are of my generation who have that 0 degree, who have an Aries north node. So when you do that and everything shifts, what you start to look at is your soul's level, and it is it is how we express ourselves through our inner maximum. What overload can we take? How much can we push ourselves? What is the maximum we can do? What is the maximum that the pressure builds up and we have to do a release valve? And it's also about our higher ethics. And that gives us the inner meaning of our purpose and clarifies what our convictions are, what we stand for, what we want to be when we grow up, right? So our soul's quality and our soul's purpose can be revealed by going into the draconic chart. Now, when you do this, now if you are having trouble doing this, Valerie and I both do astrology. Both of us can help you. We can help you together. You can just call on one of us and we can help you with this. But when you look at it, if you know your chart well enough, it's an easy, simple math thing to do. The wheel just spins a little bit. The inner wheel, the houses, and what did I just say? See? I started out this morning on Sunday on the sofa, all discombobulated. The houses and the aspects do not change. When you shift that inner dial, it is the degrees and the signs that change. Okay. So, and understand that part. Anyways, when you study the chart, you study it as its own being. You can look at your birth chart, but consider that to be that first breath that you take, that ray of power and strength that comes off of Vulcan because it's so close to the sun, right? So that is what you're looking for when you look at this. So you look at it in its own right as your birth chart, your soul's birth chart. Maybe it's the moment of conception, right? And you see the guiding principles of the soul and its intention for the incarnation. In fact, if I think about it, that could have been about 9 months between 0 degrees of Aries and 24 degrees of birth, because I was overdue when I was born.
Me too.
So see, now I got to sit down and figure that out later. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to look at the house rulers, how does that change?
Millie, the nodes are retrograde. Are you saying they?
All right. So your north node is in.
Where'd she go? She'll be right back. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. I don't see Diana. Let me know if you see the same thing. Anybody? Bora Bora? Janet? Nice. Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Erin. Nodes are always, they're the only ones that go retrograde all the time. They're always backwards. Let's see. There's that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a phone call coming in and I shut it off before I got a connection. So unfortunately, anyways, that's a silly way to explain it. But anyway, it kicked me off. Okay. So you're 22 degrees of Capricorn. So how many degrees do you have to go to get to 0 degrees of Aries? So what you do is look at that 0 degrees of Aries and do the math. How many degrees of difference between 23, 22 of Capricorn? So already you know you've got 30 degrees because there's Aries at 30 degrees. It's at 0. So it's at that very last or beginning degree of Aries. So that's 30 degrees right there. And you also have to back up through Pisces and Aquarius. That's another 30 degrees. And again, you're going to back up through Aquarius. That's another 30 degrees. So now we've got 90 degrees. And now you're going to count back till you get to 22 degrees of Capricorn. That's how much everything is going to shift.
Jeez.
So what you do is you just go online and you change your north node. There are lots of places that will help you do the math and get you all of that. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, you're shifting it that many degrees for everything. The whole inner wheel is going to spin to get you there.
That is so crazy.
I know, right?
You're going to have to show me how to do it. I'm sure I could try to figure it out, but.
Well, just grab a calculator and then all you have to do is look at it and you'll, like I'm lucky enough that I can adjust using my app, excuse me, everything in order to, it's set up so I can get a draconic chart. They just added that last year. So that made that easier. Doing it before that, it was the long way. But, you know, it's just a puzzle. So if you like doing puzzles, it's just a puzzle to figure out. And that is half the fun in its own. Yeah. So then you're going to look at these different degrees and different signs and different houses and different strengths of these things. And you know, what is the different planets now? They're in different places. What are their strengths in that sign? And then you'll begin to understand the deeper meanings that are in your soul, the heart and mind connection that we all strive for. You were going to ask a question. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's what does it, when you do this? What do you find out? What do you
find out your inner soul. You find your soul. It's like I'm a Gemini. I'm a jack of all trades, and when I look at the chart, I could be anything I want. But when I put it at 0 degrees of Aries, I can see why I love astrology so much more. Why I've been interested in astrology since I was 4 years old and didn't even know what it was. But I knew that there was something about it. Right? Because my mother would talk and I would hear her talking to friends and my grandmother and so on. So, right? So, I mean, everything you do with your regular chart, with a solar return and all that stuff, or, you know, you look at that stuff, everything that you can do with that chart, you can also do with the draconic. But you don't have to go to that extreme, because if you just change that node, that elliptic, the elliptic was at 24 degrees for me, but the elliptic is at 0 degrees for the moon. Of Aries. So you can look at all of that stuff.
Cool.
And just remember that it has a life of its own. So you study the chart that way, and then you see the deeper meaning, why you might be drawn to angels more than fairies, why you like ritual, and why you get pulled into history, and why you study the things that you do and go into the deep dives, why you have a hard time meditating unless you're walking. You know, some people can't sit still. Some people have to have an active meditation until they figure out and are able to make a connection and pull all of these things together. So it operates on the soul level. It was originated in Babylonian times. It uses a zodiac, which makes the moon's north node at 0 degrees Aries. It is the point where the moon crosses the ecliptic from the south to the north, or the opposite direction. And always use the true node, because the mean node, MEIN, the mean node is that undulating, because sometimes it goes a little retrograde for a few hours and then it'll go the way it's supposed to go. So always use the true node, which is the one that affects your chart more effectively. And it expresses the inner, deeper self love. And who is Rahu and Ketu? Well, that's the north node and the south node.
North and south node. And that's
Right?
I like what Warrior Widow wrote. When my daughter was little in our last home, I did her whole ceiling in glow stars, but I did the signs perfectly. It was a real replica. Oh, that is so cool.
Awesome. So at a soul level, signs do not represent psychological characteristics or personality traits. Okay. The signs correspond to deeply held values and belief patterns that are in our inherent soul. The signs are spiritual promptings. So we don't look at them the same way as we do. We just put a more spiritual value on what you're looking at when you look at your inner self. This is deeper than just looking in the mirror. This is scrying. You know, where looking in a mirror or a bowl of water is a reflective mirror. But when you go deeper, you are not just seeing the reflection, you are seeing what's in the bottom of it all.
Hi, Ruby Red Slippers.
Exactly, Aaron. Exactly. It's fascinating to better understand why certain spiritual things. Exactly. So the signs bring deeper inner drives to conscious awareness. It spurs to action or encourages the individual towards self-understanding. And to understand the deeper implications and lessons of the draconic chart, map it back just the same way you do our regular charts, tropical. You know, Placid is tropical. Do it the same way. And it'll resonate across the 2 dimensions. And so it can be seen and studied. And if you want to do that, we are here to help you. And I'd be glad to help you with that.
Yeah, it's always cool to see another aspect of yourself,
Right.
You know, or selves. So much. There's, I mean, so much to know.
Right. I mean, especially in these times when we are feeling almost lost, right?
And that's how, it's definitely how it feels like the world, you know, is going and down the toilet. And it's like, where do you know, okay,
Right,
but
right.
my life is good. Well, you know, but does my life rely on all those outer structures? I mean, is it really good? I don't know.
Right.
But Capricorn does get us to the, you know, they are the leader. It's a cardinal sign. They looking at the mountain. And I heard, I don't know who it was, but that the mountain has changed, and now you're going up a new mountain, and they can do that, right? They trust in that ground beneath them,
Right.
And that's really hard.
Well, think about Blatten over in the Swiss Alps when that glacier fell off.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's all bare. It's a different way of climbing rather than with a pick and axe trying to go up a sheer ice face, right?
Mhm.
You're going up on rocks and dirt. So let's talk about the seventh house. Since 2 months in a row it's gone, I'll be so anxious to see how the next month's moons play out, right? If they're going to end up in the seventh house.
Well, here, I'll tell you. And at the time of it, at the actual time,
Yeah, you got them?
yeah, let's see. We got the full moon in Leo's next on February
Yeah, but we
1st.
won't know what time of day, and that's how you find the house. What time of day?
Oh, no, I got it. I got the time. Yeah, no, I print my charts out.
You've already printed it out.
Yeah, I got my charts ready till equinox. 5:09 p.m. What did I say? February 1st is something else too, Diana. What is that? Imbolc?
Imbolc, yeah.
Okay. I always say Imbolc. It's Imbolc.
It's okay. Well, yeah, because it is about milking and the baby sheeps and the mama sheeps being impregnated, and so they're starting to lactate the babies and
I didn't know
give
that.
birth, and so it's about mother's milk, Imbolc.
And the sun is in the seventh house, in Aquarius. This and the moon is in Leo, of course, across from it in the first house.
Okay.
And they're at 13 degrees because we had 5 13-degree full moons and we have 6 28-degree new moons, and all of that stops after equinox. But just to have that, like, I mean, it's coming over from 2025, and it's, to me, it's spirit is really wanting to get our attention here and say, okay, 13 is also the number of the goddess, and that keeps coming in because Venus is she's out front. She's out ahead of everybody. So, and all the other asteroid goddesses are, going forward. What did you say? Who was that today? Vesta?
Yeah.
With Pluto. So this is big. The female, the divine feminine is coming in, and it is being rebalanced. And that's proof. The proof was when everybody was in Cazimi, in the heart of the sun. Mars, Mercury, Venus were all there. They all got hit by him. I mean, and it's still going to go on. They're still tracking together.
Yeah.
So there's a lot coming in that we just didn't see yet. It wasn't ready to see yet. Doesn't mean that we're blind. It just means it wasn't there yet.
Is it on the 13th that you're telling us about?
This is on February 1st at 13 degrees.
Oh, on the 1st. So February 3rd, Uranus stations to go direct. Hooray, hooray, hooray. But on the 13th, when we have the moon and the egress, right? That'll be the eclipse.
Where's my... Oh, there it is. And here's that. Oh, that's a new moon. Aquarius solar eclipse is on the 17th. Okay, so you're talking about this.
I'm sorry, I said 16.
No, yeah.
So where is the moon then?
The moon, okay, it's in Aquarius in the 12th house.
Okay.
Because that's at 7:01 a.m. Now this is Eastern time. This is our time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's and it's also good. I keep track of DC that way too, because what happens?
Yeah, because
here,
exactly. We're so concerned with our politics right now. We should look at it for DC time and look at what's going on in DC, because that's going to affect us anyway.
Yep, and I'm always.
You could be sleeping in the Pacific zone, but something's already going on in DC that's changing your life.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We should do a show also about the houses and just discuss the houses, because there's so much more to the house than just the simple, quick things we usually say. Like the seventh house, it's the house of Libra. The rulership is Venus. It's a cardinal sign, and it's the air cardinal sign, right? So it's about face-to-face relationships, partnerships of all type, open enemies, agents, grandparents, contracts made and contracts broken, bargains when you go shopping, agreements, legal matters, divorce, competition, cooperation. It's the kidneys, ovaries, and lower back. It's how you strive. And what you're striving for in the seventh house is social graces, tolerance of differences, harmony, peace, etiquette, manners, reconciliation, and compromise, and fairness. Like what I was just bitching about before we came on, right? That was where there should have been some fairness on another person's part and that leads to respect. So it's also about reconciliation and compromise and manners, another thing, and sharing and openness, which means it's also the house of your open enemies.
That's where all
when
my
you
planets
got a
are.
goddamn argument and you know you're right and it's worth it, it doesn't necessarily mean enemy, but it is that ability to stand up and the ability to explain. That's why so many lawyers make good judges, when they have this Libra attachment somewhere in an important sign or an important planet that takes you right into the law. And the last thing is justice and equality. Sorry, hon.
Yeah, because as Libra, I have everything piled up in the seventh house in Leo. So I've always tried to be fair, and I don't know. Anyway,
well, and just like the song says, that is all what was going on in the movie Hair. And what they were trying to do. And that song, that opening to the song, I've tried to find it. I've heard other astrologers say, oh, that doesn't exist. It never happened. You know what? I wonder if there was an astrologer on duty and consider what was going on at that time. That was the awakening of my astrology ability to learn when Hair came out. And it's in a very prominent song in the movie. And let the sun shine, man. That seventh house and everything that it had to say, that was exact on the Wolf Moon. And that was the dawning.
And Janet says she's more of a visual learner and would like us to do something, like have charts up or something. We could put a chart up, but like we used to do on the Crone Zone, I don't think we're going to do that because
yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Well, we'd have to be able to manipulate it.
Oh yeah, we'd be able to move it,
right?
Yeah.
So that we can, so people can see how the dial moves. I understand. I'm a hands-on, got to watch it happen to learn. It makes more sense when I can see the mechanics of things. Yeah. Give me a picture and I can put it together. Give me written instructions and it's all Greek to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to see it. That's why. But just for a visual right now, here's what it looks like. And you see that triangle up there? That's all everybody. It's really nice, actually, flowing 27 degrees. There's, but this moved already. This was at 2:52 p.m. this afternoon. It's already moved.
Oh yeah, it has.
And it never stops moving. And there's, I just write on it. Let's see. Patience, devotion, integrity, grounded. That's all Capricorn wants to, wants a smooth running structure in every moment. Right. It's important that they have all their ducks in a row. It's important that it's all flowing flawlessly. Right. But
so now the top of the kite there that you had just been showing, it's beautiful, but you're right. the degrees have changed on so many of those things. The fast moving planets, the minutes are ticking away, right?
And the moon's gone. I mean, well, I don't
The
know what.
moon is in Aquarius.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that fleet, this is why it's hard to keep track of the moon, but this is why your emotions can yo-yo through the day, because
no,
every 2.5 hours it's in a new sign,
no,
you know.
no.
And when it's making these changes, it's out of bounds. And right now the moon is still out of bounds, and so is Mercury.
Yeah. So that means there's no rules, not the traditional rules that they usually follow. So this is the thing though. This we started with the out of bounds. Was that last month, Diana, where we had
Yes,
a few out of,
everything was out of bounds.
yeah. So again, they wiped the slate clean. They went out of bounds, came in, wiped the slate clean, and we are the builders. We are the builders. We all have Capricorn in us. We all have cardinal signs in us to control our own lives. It's the only thing we can do.
Yeah.
But if that dream that you've been dreaming, if you want to create that, you want to build that, that's this. This is where we start adding in the details, right? But you got to believe it. You got to believe that you can see, that you can experience and live your dream.
And out of bounds means that it's just below or just above the elliptical. So, and
2020.
what we have going on right now with Venus is Venus and Mars both went back inbound together on January 4th. And when they did that, they're coming out from behind the sun. So Venus, we'll be able to see Venus in the night sky pretty soon.
Yeah.
Can't remember the date, but it's coming up soon.
I mean, she's this is the interesting thing today. Well, the 22nd, there's a triad which I was trying to learn all about today. There's the 226 is another one, that whole planetary lineup. This is like powerful energy. We got so much coming in at us. Right now we have Mercury tomorrow, or 21st, Mercury conjunct the Sun, Mercury Cazimi, so we won't see him for a while. Mercury conjuncts Pluto the next day. Sun conjuncts Pluto on the 23rd. That's huge. I mean, just those 3 days. I know there's 20th, Mercury enters Aquarius. 19th, Sun enters Aquarius. And then they hit each other. Then they keep meeting each other, so it's just going to keep going. And then on the 27th, this is the big one, Mars conjunct Pluto. That's going to be a spicy, spicy day. Probably out in the world where, the politics and stuff, because they know this astrology too. They know what they're doing. Right. Diane and I have been watching them play these certain things against humanity. We don't really talk about it much because I do know, I feel, and I think she does too, that it's going to blow up in their face eventually.
Well, I'm watching for that, for the eclipses, but particularly the one in March.
Absolutely. Yeah, because after we get through, I mean, and they're just all going to be together. It's just, okay. That triad was of awakening, freedom, and perseverance. Sun sextiles Saturn and trines Uranus at 27 degrees. That's going on right now. It's saying, let go. Welcome change and reform. Choosing a new direction based in truth. That's everything. That being in authenticity, integrity, and your truth is the only foundation way forward. If you're in anything else controlling you, you're screwed. We're screwed. That's just all there is to it. We're going into a higher consciousness reality where truth is the currency. That is the most important thing. Let's see. And Venus, I don't know what day that is. Venus sextiles Neptune is pretty soon. And Neptune's a higher octave of Venus. So this is going to be a really, really beautiful day. It's a turning point of women. Oh, I forgot this part, Diana. Today's Sabian symbol for today's moon
Yes, I
What's it?
forgot too. Tell me, please.
A woman reading tea leaves. So this is all about you believe in your intuition, following your intuition, sticking with your intuition, what you know, you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And when you know, that is your intuition, and you got to keep going forward with it. Um, and Pluto's going to conjunct all the personal planets all week. This is a superior conjunction, that triad with the rare triple trine, that's all Mars, Mercury, Sun. And then on
I
the
don't.
planetary lineup on the 28th of February, after we go through all that. So who knows what we're going to look like at the end of February. I know that what is not in truth and authenticity is being removed one way or another.
So I'm looking for that sextile to Neptune. It happened on January 17th.
Okay.
And then she had a,
I didn't have a date down for some reason.
okay,
I have. So that was yesterday? Okay.
yep, that happened yesterday because in February she's going to be trining. She'll be going into Pisces on February 10th, but I have her trining. Wait a minute, I just saw that. Where did I see that? She's trining Jupiter on the 22nd. And so, yeah, that's the only other, it happened yesterday.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. I didn't know that because that kind of was the setup for this new moon, right? To really go into what you love and value, to really like honor that and go forward with that as your main focus, because
Yeah.
that's what Venus is saying. And
Yeah.
she's, like I said, she's going to be out front until she goes. She's going to go into Scorpio, and then she's going to go retrograde in Scorpio around October. So that's when, if there's anything that you picked up that isn't for you, you're going to know it.
Yeah. It's gonna start to gel because she's been very busy and moving very fast. The
Mm-hmm.
15th, she was in that sextile to Saturn. And then on the 15th also, she was trining Uranus. And then she went into Aquarius on the 17th and also had that trine. It's still in the shadow of the sextile because now Jupiter is in Gemini. So she's getting ready to do the big trines, right? Which I already
Yeah.
said was the 22nd.
And it's going to be good. And as long as we're doing our Pluto, which is being your authentic self, as long as you're being authentic with yourself, Pluto doesn't have a problem with you. So all those planets they'll just keep lifting you up higher and higher, right? But if there's something that you're not facing, that's where Pluto comes in and like puts us, I mean,
Right.
it's transform or die. It really is.
She's going to be exact conjunct Pluto tomorrow.
Yeah.
In a couple of hours.
So what you love and value is coming up to be examined.
Love and value for sure. At 3 degrees and 19 minutes of arc, and it happens at 11 o'clock tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. And then
so
3i Atlas. Who put that up there for Jupiter's door? That's in March.
Yep.
That 3i Atlas is going to be
March
cool.
19th, March 16th. I think
it's in the middle. I'm not sure the exact date.
Yeah.
I have it somewhere. I'm sure it's in there. But let's see if I can find it. That 3i Atlas. Now, don't think that went away. Information is still, that's still playing out. And I know a lot of astronomers are, curious. Is it going to use the Jupiter the atmosphere, not the atmosphere, what's the word I'm looking for, and use it to get a trajectory in another way.
Orbit.
Or thank you.
I call it in the washing machine.
I can't think of the word.
Right. Well, that Uranus going direct is going to be big.
What day is that?
That's February 3rd. And the fire horse and everything else is February 13th until March 6th. Is that right?
What degree is Uranus go direct at?
Say that again.
What degree will Uranus go direct in?
It will be at 27. Yeah, 27.
Oh my goodness.
I like this.
I'm
27 degrees and 27 minutes.
Get the hell out.
Double portal with Uranus. But then he's got to go 28, 29, 0.
Yeah, but we're missing a big thing here. At 26, Taurus is Algol. So it's been sitting here the whole time. This ice stuff's been going on. I mean, at least this. Well, this is the last pass over top of Algol. Even though he's a degree out, it's important. And when Uranus moves stations direct, you feel that, like, everybody will know there's something jolting happens that day usually.
And don't we have Saturn just past Quawa? I wrote down a couple of things here.
Yeah, Saturn. Well,
we have the North Node getting ready to put himself on that Formahawk. It's at 9. The North Node's at 9 degrees. 4 degrees is Formahawk. That is, that's the lone star. He's out there by himself. It's one of the brightest stars in the night sky. And it is the return of the light.
Mm-hmm.
When that North Node hits there, you're going to feel your own spiritual essence. Whether you do your draconic chart or not, you're going to have a spiritual awakening of your own.
Well, that's not going to be, that North Node doesn't hit 3 degrees until, and the nodes change in July. They'll change at 0 degrees. So,
but I'm just saying, it's building up, because even though there are points in the sky, what else you got there that's around there? What else is going on? What are the that's going over that stuff, right?
It's one of the royal fixed stars. So, like, if you have the 3 degree Pisces, 28 0 Virgo, I should say now. It's
you got 28 degrees of Pele Athena, and as she keeps going forward, she's going to hit that 4 degrees. Pele Athena is all about the mind, right? And all about the connection and the brilliance that you have within you. And it is the return of the light. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more spiritual, because that North Node being in Pisces and her going into Pisces, there's going to be a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, I like Pele Athena. She's at 20. She today is at 28 degrees.
Yeah.
Aquarius, which is I love
4 degrees.
Yeah, she's actually.
I wouldn't put them in orb yet, because it's a point, right? It's a point in the sky. So that's a hard thing to have an orb on.
She's but she really does, like, and if you look at it, she's out front. She's out front of everybody else. She's out front of Venus, Pluto, and Vesta. And she is the warrior goddess, and she is out there by herself too at the end of Aquarius.
Well, in 28 degrees, that's a point. That's a point, a world point.
Yeah.
It's an important point in the sky, no matter what sign it is, because it's at 28 degrees. And it just so happens that she has a trine over there to Sagittarius, or a sextile over to Sagittarius, right? Trine, whatever. So the other things coming up in February, we also, February 13th, Saturn goes into Aries.
On the 26th of January, Neptune goes into Aries.
Right. And on the 17th of February, Neptune in Aries at 36 degrees.
I can't wait. That's going to be so.
I mean, 0 degrees in 36 minutes. And even on the 13th, we're going to feel it before, but we're going to feel it because Saturn is going to be at 0 degrees and 23 minutes. And they're only going to get closer. And at 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that tightness is going to come, and tightness is going to come. And then Uranus, like I already said, Uranus. Then the 18th is the eclipse. The 20th, on the 20th, Saturn and Neptune will be perfected at 0 degrees and 45 minutes of arc. On the 26th, we have a new moon eclipse. That's March 18th. And do we have 5 this year? Do we have the third one coming up in April?
No, we have 4 that I know of. Unless we have 3 in the fall. I don't think we do.
I see, and I heard that, but I don't remember when I heard that.
I mean,
or if it was really somebody
I'll look it up.
Last year, 2 years ago.
Let me look it up. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago, but I don't know when the next time was.
So, we have all these impromptu elections because so many people are leaving, right? So these elections may show themselves in February for the Dems to take the House.
Did you see what the Virginia governor did? My governor?
Yeah. You better believe I check on VA.
She said, no, we're not playing those games. I don't know why I was going to do this to me. How many eclipses? Yes, 4 eclipses in 2026.
Okay.
2026 is where we are realigning, right? We got out of a long purge of 2025, or we're still really technically in it. And then we're building. We're building. As we're releasing, we're building. We've been doing that anyway. But we're getting, you got to think about this. This is the last month of the purge, and it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's more painful at the end. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. Has been on my mind like that. So in some cases, it can be more painful. Let's put it that way. But once we get that fire horse, and you can feel things like you already feel like things are jumping, and you have, what did I say? What we say yesterday, Diana? Like we felt like we came out of a coma. Like you have the energy. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you're gonna feel that. There's, we're being restructured ourselves and realigned onto our authentic path.
The other thing on February 26th is Mercury stations retrograde. And then he will go forward on March. I wrote it down. On March, 21 days. And then he goes forward on March 20th.
Oh, it does. So, because is it the 26th or the 28th of February where we have that planetary lineup? That's huge too,
Yep.
And then we're still in the middle of eclipse season on that. So I really, eclipse season doesn't end until after the 3rd, and then the next new moon is the equinox, spring equinox. So we should have our better idea how we're going forward, where we're going forward.
And the festival celebration for the fire horse goes on until till March 3rd. So it lasts a couple of weeks, and then we have the end of the Festival of Lanterns.
Wait,
And
so one more time, I'm sorry.
they celebrate the festival for the whole time from the new moon till the next moon.
Oh, I got you. Good. Okay. Yeah, Chinese New Year. Okay.
Yeah, so we could party.
I wonder,
Get your vegetables.
I wonder, do they do that though when it's an eclipse? Because eclipses usually aren't that early, are they? Are the eclipses in February? I don't recall them being
Well,
that early.
next year it'll be February 6th. The eclipse will
The
be, or
Chinese
Chinese New Year will be back to the beginning of the cycle. So see, with Chinese New Year, now we're starting another 60-year cycle.
I know, and boy, there's like so many cycles starting,
I know.
ending, and starting.
I can't keep track of my own cycle at all.
I can't either.
Ladies, we still have, even if we've gone on and beyond, you know.
Everybody's saying just take care of yourself. And really, this last month, this is serious. This is where it is getting sticky. Let's put it that way. It is exhausting. It is. You really can't, when you're a spiritual person, be around low vibrations is very hard.
And we get so excited about stuff, and I get terribly excited about stuff. And I know I inundate everybody with chitter chatter, but I can't help it. It's just because it's what it's doing, you know. And this is January, so it's like a new year. Let's look at all the new things.
And this is like New Year's Eve right now, tonight. It really is. It's the go sign is up.
I mean, know how many New Years we celebrate? Because the other New Year is when the sun goes into Aries and we're at the top of the zodiac.
Right? We haven't had one of those New Years in a while. In fact, I think for the last 4 or 5 years we've been doing this, we've had don't think this is a new year. It's
because everything's been so mundane and repetitious. But so this is exciting. I mean, it is exciting. It's the fulfillment of a song that everybody thought was just somebody writing words. I don't think so. Because what's his name was a hippie before he became a famous composer. When he wrote Hair, you know.
There's a lot to that song.
Superstar and Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat and on, and all of the Phantom of the Operas when he became a composer. Before that, before that he was a hippie doing his thing. And Meatloaf was in the original Broadway production. Just had gotten on a nom, didn't even expect to get a role. He thought he was just going to be an extra, and he got a role with a name, kind of an extra, but he was in the original Broadway production of Hair. He performed it here I just happened to be working for the Fisher Theater Union, which is the playgoers union, people who hold season tickets, right? And I used to run an addressograph machine. Now these are little dog tag plates that you put people's names and addresses on, and then you run them through this print machine, and it is embossed, so it rolls over ink, and then the stamper comes down, but the stamper is a heavy metal plate. So all day long it's going bam, bam, bam while you're running the envelopes. It was crazy. And then you had to stuff them all by hand. So
no, man, girl.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It was wild times at Ridgemont High. For sure. But it was a cool machine, you know. You had I was a great typewriter. And this made it electric, so you could really type fast.
Oh, that's cool.
When I learned to type in, in ninth grade, was my first time. I'd already been playing with a manual machine. So I had the basics anyway. So when I went to class to learn how to type, I could type 88 words a minute on a manual machine, no mistakes, which was pretty good. Maybe not the best a secretary could do, but this was not electric. This was manual. This was a 1949 Royal. You had to slam that roller all the way back. You had to sit and, this was bam, 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 banging on the keys. Open keyboard. There's nothing blocking those heavy rods, and that's exactly how that addressograph was. Heavy rods everywhere.
Yeah, to smash it. No, you really did. I'm sorry, Maureen. She says she's tired and crying, and there's a lot of that, right? A lot of that's coming up.
Yep.
And the Easy Rider album. Oh my God, who said that? That was Joe just brought. It's like,
oh my God, Peter Fonda was so good looking.
Wasn't it? It was
that helmet. Gotta go, but
oh, heavenly bless, honey. It's a reminder. Send them in through the door. Yes. Or do a little ceremony. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, do something to call in your structure, right? Because like that Cancer full moon, that was about the inner safety and security of your nervous system. Our nervous systems are rebuilding, are getting they're getting an upgrade, right? So if your physical structure, or what you physically do day to day, your Capricorn is safe and secure, you will feel grounded. You need
that's
to have
what this one is about, the practicality of what we do. How can we rearrange this? How can it, we just have to be the hanged man and change our perspective. As hard as that is, doesn't mean anything, but you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else.
That's right.
Nobody has to know that you did those things for yourself.
No, it is. I mean, the whole journey's kind of lonely, isn't it? Like a lot of it. What was I going to say, Diana? On the next full moon is on a Sunday, February 1st. Did you want to get, because of this next 2 months, like do a show every Sunday?
I would love to. I can do that with you, sure.
Okay, because it's intense. It's just going to get more and more and more into it. So, yeah, we should do that for sure. But just think of think of your physical structure, your house, all the things that are tangible right now, and align them to where down in the way you want it, right?
Let's pull some cards.
Okay.
What do you say?
Okay. Sure. And I was going to say something else about it'll come back. I just love that I got that crystal skull wisdom. It was clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. Think of your skeletal system becoming more crystalline too.
This is Capricorn. So what was I dealing with today? Once again, water. That Neptune is
that Neptune's got you by the butt.
Right?
Yeah.
Once again, water. But this is like the finding the answers. This is what was so cool about this. Why did the pump turn on? Why did the washing machine turn on with the lid open and no power? Nothing was pressed. It turned on because the water was stuck. And all of a sudden, whatever was holding that water back was able to get through. And it pumped itself out. So that was so weird. But
how important that was to see that in real time. And what if you weren't there?
It was, because my brother went down there 2 months ago, and when he went down there, he was doing something. He said, and I had already done all the laundry, so I knew that my dump sink was completely empty. Now I'm on a well system, and here in Michigan, we have this extra motor where you push the button to drain the if it doesn't all go down by itself, there's a button for you to push on this motor so that it will pump the rest of the water out that's stuck in your sink. So I'm adamant about that because it's well water and it'll get smelly down there if I don't take care of business. So we got into an argument, my poor baby brother. I did that. I never leave water in it, blah, 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 blah. So this gave me the ability to tell him why that happened. And that now I know, which put him down the rabbit hole of getting involved with my water softening pellet tank and how that's supposed to work, and how in reality, who knows when it was that it just froze up and stopped really working correctly. And it was set up for me in the beginning, and the person who did it doesn't even have it right. And it's so crazy that all of this happened to bring this to a culmination. So now that our Neptune is going to be in Aries, we're going to see solutions to the repeating problems that we have had
with water,
and with our skeletal structure and our teeth, and all of that, because it's going into Aries, and now you're going to be able to fix it once and for all for a while, because you're talking about an aging body, but able to fix it.
Yep. That's when Saturn gets into Aries. It's gonna be so nice, so much. But he's not going to be playing around either.
No, he's not.
Mm-mm.
Let me see. I want to get one of these, one of those.
I know. I got a lot
like being in a candy store.
I know, right? I'm like, show me. I love that transformation too. It's what it is. We're transforming.
Yep.
We're at the tail end of a long.
You got the transformation, and I got the snake. Right.
And man, how long have we been talking about this? 4 years, 5 years? We've been talking about this,
honey. Yeah, at least.
It's long.
COVID,
it's been long.
We first met each other since 2020, I think. We've been together. My gosh, we should have a friends anniversary. We need to do a show that's a friend anniversary and not do any astrology, just read cards.
I don't know if we could do that, because I just automatically talk astrology. I don't know if I could. I'd be like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. We did it today because of this and that and other. But
yeah, right.
Okay, what'd you get? Or do you want me to go?
Okay. Oh, okay. This is too cool. Of course, and then I flip it over, and then there's more cards, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I was getting. And it's like, there's a lot of messages here.
Yes. There's one more that I got to flip over. 1 second. This is too cool, though. Oh, come on. Quit knocking things down. All right. So the first card I got was, this is like too cool. What was I talking about when we first came on your draconic chart? The first card from the Starseed Oracle is called. We are being called. Your soul gifts and training. It's time to step it up. We are being called. And at the bottom of this deck, cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Cracked open. Hit our rock bottom. We are so worn out. We are so tired, Maureen, of crying ourselves to sleep and worrying about the world and worrying about our country and our freedom and our democracy. So we are being called. we have reached the limit, which is what that deconic shows you, right? It's the maxims, the maximum of what you can handle. And then I got steps being taken, step-by-step approach, which is what we do to heal. Taking action, first step to success, pursue. That finally we are going to have Uranus moving forward, slowly, but moving forward. And then the butterfly brings us back to transformation, because the caterpillar has to change his appearance completely to become the butterfly. So the steps that a caterpillar takes to implode and take his wings. And then we have the ship that is taking us forward, sailing us on. The number 3 card, there we go again. That 3 keeps coming up. And we have the strength of Mother Bear. We have the strength of Mother Bear to do this.
And that really, I mean, that reminds me of Capricorn, the bear. It's just out there and, taking care of business in the woods. It's so important. When you were showing that first card, Diana, the thing that I got was you're healed. No more, because we kept doing the healing. Well, I mean, we had to, right? But go from the premise that you're healed. Don't say I'm still stuck or I'm still healing, or I mean, not that ever really goes away, but do you know what I mean? Like, own all the work you did. Be proud of yourself for these last 5 years. It's been a long journey.
It sure has. I just love this because we had to crack it open in order to find our next step, our next call. And we got the steps card, and we got the butterfly card, which goes with the snake and the phoenix at the very beginning of the show.
And that's what we've been talking about the whole time too. The snake, the phoenix, the chrysalis.
Right.
I mean, we've just been kind of like in this holding pattern, and you're finally feeling like the first fresh air,
Right. And the captions here, both of these, this card tells you to step up. This card is about the alchemy of life. Well, you have to step into it. And what do we have with that picture of Bear standing up and walking on his hind legs? And Bear is a canine, and that's loyalty and love and all of that. And here we all are sticking together.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time we've all been together too. I love it.
Yep.
And I got dance, which I thought was pretty cool because, the skeleton, Capricorn doesn't rule the skeletal system, and we do need to move it to keep it,
right,
healthy.
And there's definitely movement when a bear is standing on his hind legs.
I'll be running. And then courage. You are safe. You are safe. That's the big one. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So yeah.
Is that the Diane Cooper unicorn deck?
It is. Wait, no. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
This is the Oracle of the Unicorns.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then I got
responsibly, Diana.
Then I got trust. So leap into the unknown, have faith, move forward, believe you will fly. That's just so important, because as we go into air, Aquarius in tomorrow, that's flying, so it's going to strengthen us. But I love these. These two, the Alpha Dragon. Says harness the divine masculine power of creation, destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. And that's what we're doing.
I've got to go upstairs to the Moon Lodge and bring a whole make a big shift in decks, bring different decks down and take some of these up.
And this is weird. And then because I got two black dragons, right? I got the alpha dragon and I got the black dragon. And the black dragon says, cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
In the beginning, I mean, the new era starts on the spring equinox, but it just starts then,
Right? This damn Earth School is
tiring.
I wish that it would get us. When do we graduate?
I don't think we do. I think you have to die to graduate.
I don't think there is a graduation date for this.
Yeah. Death is your graduation. Then come back through.
Right?
How's everybody doing? We really, really love you, and we will do Sunday evenings till spring equinox for sure.
Thank you, Sonia, for the saying that would be great every Sunday.
Oh no, that was sweet. She was. I think it was Sonia too. Said, "Open up your pipes." And it gets cold out there. Those pipes can bust. I've been doing it every night.
Yeah,
open those pipes. Because we still have what are we on? 19th. We still have like 7 more days with Neptune in Pisces. And when did you say Saturn? When Saturn enter? The 3rd?
That's Uranus goes direct on the 3rd. Saturn enters on the 26th. Is that right?
Is it Saturn or Neptune? I'm sorry.
Neptune. Neptune goes in on the 23rd. Saturn goes in on February.
Oh yeah, the 13th or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturn goes into Aries on the 13th. 23rd and 13th, so 20 days apart.
We're getting there to the end of this water thing. Thank God the water trine's over. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Now that's the other thing, Mercury is shifting. He was doing it, his retrogrades in earth and water. Now I mean earth and water. Yeah. Now he's going to be doing them in air and fire. So watch. So
fast.
We'd be doing a whole nother show if I don't shut my mouth. We'll be here for 2 more hours.
I mean, you really could.
No audience. It's just you and me.
Seriously, you could sit here for another at least 2 days just trying to get it all. We just kind of hit the surface, but you guys get the gist of it. It's important. We're at the end of Capricorn going into Aquarius, and all of the inner planets are going to meet Pluto this week. So stay in your authenticity.
Like they haven't met him in Aquarius for 250 years.
Yeah, 250
And they didn't have this kind of a configuration in their meeting of him.
No.
So this is unprecedented times, as we keep saying.
I love that you brought that up because it really hasn't been, they haven't met. Damn. So yeah, it's good to just kind of, it's sitting, like I said, on my last degree of my chart. So last degree of the 12th house. Anyhow, we're going to get through it. We love y'all very much, and we will see you next Sunday.
Right? I didn't take a nap today. I've been running up and down all day. No, not running. Trust me. Far from running. When I get to the stairs, it's guardianship of the stairwell. Please and thank you.
I'm with you. Sometimes I don't think I can make it. Oh my gosh. Well, she needs a nap. I need a nap. Y'all, we'll see you next Sunday. We love y'all. Be safe.
Thank you. I love you. I love you, Valerie.
I love you too.
I want to protect you all the time. See you all later.
Bye, guys. Be safe out there. Uh,